We'll be getting started in a couple minutes. 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 Thank you. We'll be getting started in a couple minutes. Thank you. We'll be getting started in a couple minutes. Thank you. We'll be getting started in a couple minutes. Thank you for joining me virtually this evening. A big shout out to Nathan on AV this evening and to Julie Newman, our Facebook host tonight. We could not do this without them. So welcome to Spiritual Awakening. This is a service inspired by Myrtle Fillmore. And tonight, I want to start by sharing why I feel that this work we do is so important. After Myrtle healed her body through her work in consciousness, she was at first really enthralled with helping others to do the same. But over time, she learned and subsequently voiced that spiritual awakening was more important than the physical healing or the obtaining of physical stuff. Not that any of that's a bad thing. I mean, being healed is a marvelous thing, is a wonderful thing. But she said she came to realize that it was more important to wake up. You see, we are all part of an infinite wholeness. We are each an eachness in this infinite wholeness, a divine individuation of that wholeness, and not separate from that wholeness. Infinite is everywhere present, every when present, and there is nothing that is not made or not made of it because it is the only thing that is. And as spiritual beings, as energy beings, as light beings, as consciousnesses, it's not possible for us to be separate from that which is infinite. And so the work that we do affects not only us individually, but it affects all of us. And because we are all united in the one. In the same way that the vibrational frequency, I think I've lost my mic. Hang tight. In the same way that the vibrational frequency of your energy field increases as you release and free up energy that is stuck in old, outdated patterns and habits of thoughts, the vibration of our collective energy field increases as we each do our work. So this work you do not only benefits you, but it benefits all of us. And in the same way that as you increase your energy field, raise it to that vibrational frequency of love, and then start to be aware of that which is unlike love, that which is vibrating at a lower frequency, when enough of us are doing that collectively, we see collectively that which is unlike love and that which is vibrating at a lower frequency. And this, I believe, is what's happening in our world today. We now have this opportunity to transmute that stuck energy, to free it up, and to raise our collective vibration to one of greater love and harmony. So I really think that this is super important work that we do together. So reminders for this evening, and I include myself in this. One is that healing is a vibrational activity. Life is consciousness. We live and move and have our being in an infinite field of consciousness. Our work is always in consciousness. When we pray or create and repeat affirmations, the words we choose, the truths we speak, our intentions, the feeling tone that we are working to create are all about setting a vibrational field that we then embody. And as we do this, we begin to match those vibrations, and over time we're able to sustain them. This really is true of everything that we do. The words that we have spoken to ourselves over time, the beliefs we've repeated to ourselves, the feeling tone, even when low, are also the vibrational field that we have embodied to date. Healing, then, is embodying a higher vibration. 2, no judgment. Raising your energy of necessity involves releasing that which vibrates at a lower, slower vibration than what you are moving up towards. Old anger, shame, fear, guilt, as well as old patterns and habits of thought that are intertwined with those, are uncovered simply because they are vibrating differently than where you are raising your energy to. I kind of sometimes have this image of, and it's kind of an oddball image, but it's like, we have these kind of rocks that are in our energy field, that are buried. The water's kind of murky, and as we clear our energy field and the water gets clear, we start to be able to see the rocks that are there that have been hidden by being covered up by the water, by the murky water. We start to be able to see those, and those are the things that are stuck and not moving, that are revealed, that we can then work on. And the more we clear ourselves from this accumulated lower frequency emotions and patterns, the higher our frequency will rise, and then our bodies and our world will respond to this increase in vibration. And again, I think this is what we're seeing collectively in our world today. 3 is that you do the healing always. Nothing outside of you heals you, because there is nothing outside of you, truly. Even when you go to a healer, I believe that it is you doing the healing. The healer can help by being a mirror or by pointing out what is not in alignment with what you want to create or express, or what you're ready to let go of or transform, but you actually do the work. And the reason that I believe this is I've seen enough people after a healing session return their energy state to that which is what it was before they walked in, after the energy worker moved energy out. So if you are not ready to make the energetic change, you won't. You can support the shift in vibration by being willing to surrender to a greater you. Willingness is key. Which leads us to 4. A safe container facilitates the work. And let's remember this as we do our larger work in our communities, in the healing conversations that we're committed to having. Letting go of old junk, old patterns, old behaviors is hard work. It can feel like we're cutting off an arm or a leg. It's been a part of us for a long time. Be patient and be gentle with yourselves, but be impeccably honest too. Don't judge what comes up, but be willing to see it. And remind yourself that it's just an old pattern or a belief that you adopted at some point, and you're ready to let go of it. Remember Myrtle, when she discovered that she'd been hiding some less than helpful patterns and what she thought were her virtues, she didn't beat herself up. She was willing to look at them, though. She was willing to be honest with herself about what was there. And then she was willing to move just a little bit to be able to release that. And finally, 5, keep going, because freedom is worth it. I urge you to take this work into the rest of your week. If you plug solfeggio frequencies into Mr. Googly, you'll find lots of choices. And the ones that I use for these services are called Marimba Meditation by Meditative Mind, and you can find them on YouTube. Play them during your meditation time or as you fall asleep. Weave your own prayer or intention or affirmations around and through as you listen. When our energy moves more freely, we're at choice. We are literally more free. Our energy is moving more freely. When our energy is stuck, we are bound by the reaction that comes from the energy not being in movement. And I'm sure you're as familiar as I am with that habitual response, that knee-jerk reaction, that stuck energy. And so many people have said to me as their energy starts to move again, that they can see the same situation in a new way, that the opinion they thought was fixed really wasn't so fixed. Tonight, we are going to immerse ourselves in the 741 hertz solfeggio frequency, which relates to the throat chakra, the energy center of communication. So you'd think there was one great mind that would be working on the throat chakra this month, right now, in this time. Energies of this chakra are communication, self-expression of feelings, and truth-telling. The 741 hertz frequency is said to awaken intuition and leads you into the power of self-expression, which results in a pure and stable life. Tonight, I ask you again to be willing, to be willing, to be willing, to let go of any old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. Really open yourself to that willingness. And I say this quote every week because I really like it. I think it's well said. Neville Goddard tells us that we can't take with us into our new consciousness any part of the old us. All of your present beliefs, fears, and limitations are weights that bind you to your present level of consciousness. I just really think that hits the nail on the head. And again, the old you, the old me, the old us isn't bad. Some of what we've learned along the way no longer serves us, nor will it serve us where we're going vibrationally. So, are you ready to move into a new level of consciousness? If you are, say yes. And then, please place both your feet on the floor, wherever you happen to be sitting in your home. Take a breath and allow your body to relax. Allow your eyes to gently close. And breathe into your body. Breathe into that area around your heart and allow it to soften. Allow it to relax and to open. And tonight, again, since we're not physically in the same room, I'd like you to really feel grounded. If you're familiar with grounding, do whatever works for you. Some people like the image of roots from their feet going deep into the earth. And some people like the image of sitting on an old tree stump with the roots of the tree stump going deep into the earth, like an old 100-year redwood tree or 200-year-old redwood tree. Some people like using the image of just sitting directly on the earth and feeling that grounding energy of the earth just right directly on them. And some people like the idea of, or the image of sitting on a beach of the sand with the waves coming in and out and just feeling that really grounded feeling of being near the water and the warm sand. And now imagine all around you a golden light. This is the high vibration of unconditional love, and it will support you in feeling safe so that you can release what you're ready to let go of. Know that you don't need to check in with it during the work this evening. It's always there. It was here before you arrived, before you sat down. It was there with you as you move through your day. It is always with you. You are always immersed in it. All you're really doing right now is bringing it into your awareness and placing a demand on it, so to speak. Tonight, allow yourself to be willing to soften around those stuck areas that keep you trapped in old patterns, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, old ways of reacting. Those places that are invisible to us because we've been walking around with them for so long that we think they're a part of who we are. They're not. It's easier to to release those stuck nodules of energy if you could relax and soften. And tonight I'm going to begin again with the affirmative prayer, one that Dr. Richard wrote a long time ago. And during the course of the next 30 minutes or so, I'll just continue to remind us of capital T truth. And this won't disturb the work of the solfeggio. It will just serve to help hold the container for us to work in. We're going to first establish ourselves in a higher vibration. And then at that point, if you have an intention for the evening, you can go ahead and claim that for yourself at that time when you're vibrating higher. So are you ready? Let your first prayer in all things be for a consciousness which can support all the good you desire to experience. Let your first prayer in all things be for a consciousness which can support all the good you desire to experience. This is the prayer which will catapult you into a life of steadfast, serendipitous wonder. And the only thing you'll have to relinquish to experience this is the illusion that you know what's best for your life. The flower doesn't know how to grow its bloom. The human doesn't know how to beat its heart. The planet doesn't know how to navigate its path. And yet there's a wisdom in each of these things which does know how to grow the flower's bloom, which does know how to beat the human's heart, which does know how to navigate the planet's path, each with startling precision. And you are a unique expression of this wisdom, this one life which forever explores the limitlessness of its world through the limitlessness of its creation. You are a once-in-a-lifetime individualization of the only life that exists. There has never been another you. There will never be another you. And you are immersed in limitless possibility regarding every area of your life. And this being true, let our first prayer in all things be for a consciousness which can support all the good we desire to experience. And now just allow yourself to be aware of being. Just be aware of being. Be aware that there is a part of you that is being aware of being. There is a part of you that is aware of any tension in your body, that is aware of the feeling of air on your skin, that is aware of the thoughts you're thinking. Who is it that sees when you see? Who is it that hears when you hear? Who is it that is aware of touch? Who is it that thinks your thoughts? Who is it that is aware of the experiences you're having? That part of you is consciousness itself, the I am that is the all that is. Know that you are not limited by the edges of your skin. See if you can be aware of how much larger you are than what you might normally perceive as you walk through your day. Let your awareness investigate your body, or your emotional field, or your mental field, your energy body. Notice if you are aware of a place that feels tense or shut down, closed or numb. A place that feels sad or tight or angry or constricted or fearful. A place that doesn't want to let go. When you find a place that you want to work with, just relax into it. Soften around it. Open yourself to it. Breathe into it. Myrtle said we should work lovingly with whatever shows up. And I really like that image of the closed fist versus the open hand. If we close our fist tight around something, it's so hard to let it go. But once we open our hand, it just falls away easily. And our energy field works the same way. When we constrict around something, it's hard to let go of it. It's hard to let it go back into movement. But if we relax around, soften into it, breathe into it, it becomes easier to let it go. Let the solfeggio frequencies do their work. You can imagine them going into that tight, constricted place, or that fearful place, or that anxious place. And just helping to dissolve whatever's there. You don't even have to know what it is. You can just let it go. Sometimes it's better to not know what it is. We don't get all wrapped up in it again. If you have a spot that feels anxious or fearful or tight or worried or tense, you don't have to figure it out. You can just soften around it. Breathe that golden light into it. Let the solfeggio frequency work with you to dissolve it. Let that energy go back into movement again. And if you notice feelings come up as you do that work, that's a good thing, a good sign. Just breathe and breathe into those feelings. Just let them be there. Let them pass through. Knowing that as you do, all of that goes back into free movement again. And the overall vibration, the overall frequency of your field increases. And you're just that much more free. just notice what it feels like now that you've released a little bit of that knotted up energy, a little bit of that not moving energy. Just notice what that feels like. Don't worry if there's more there. Just keep breathing into it. Just keep softening to it. Or if you're finished with that place, and let your awareness scan your body, your energy field. See if you can find another place. There might just be one more. And once you've found that place, or if you're still working on the same place, just once again soften and breathe. Breathe in the golden light. Allow that light to break up those nodules of energy, of unmoving energy. Allow the solfeggio frequencies to do their work. Softly, gently. Dissolving those knotted places, those hard, constricted places, or the feeling that you're experiencing. Let it dissolve the fear, or the tension, or the anxiety, or the judgment, or the resentment, the guilt, whatever it is. Feelings come up as that starts to disperse. No, that's a good thing. And just breathe and allow them to pass. With me that you are one with the infinite all that is, that there is only one life, one infinite field of consciousness, one ocean of pure potentiality. You are one with that. Therefore, all that is true of it is true of us. We are capital L love, capital W wisdom, capital P peace, harmony, order, light. Yourself to match those high divine ideals, those high divine vibrations, unconditional love. Let that golden light flow into you and know that that's the truth of who you are. Notice how that feels. once again, let's see what else there might be that is ready to be released. It might be a current situation that you're in. It might be an old pattern or a current situation that's triggering an old pattern, or where you're having a hard time seeing things in a different way. Maybe you're looking at it through an old stuck perspective and not even aware of it. Just go ahead and breathe into that. Breathe golden light into that situation. Allow the solfeggio frequencies to enter that situation and lift the vibration up. Or if you're working on an area of constriction in the body or in the energy field, once again, just allow the golden light to enter into that. Allow the solfeggio frequencies to vibrate their way into that. Whatever it is that we're working on. Allow the golden light and your intention to release, and your intention to be willing, along with the solfeggio frequencies, to just dissolve that. Dissolve whatever stuckness, dissolve whatever habitual pattern is in existence or is activated. To breathe and soften. Know the truth of you as a light being. Know the truth of you as an energy being. And allow these energy vibrations, the vibration of unconditional love and of the solfeggio, allow yourself to match those high vibrations. And let all that is unlike that just dissolve and fall away. Once again, notice how that feels. Do you feel like you're vibrating a little bit higher than when you first sat down? Just notice how that feels. Get comfortable with it. Get comfortable with it so that you can carry this vibration into your days and into your upcoming week, the rest of your week. Get comfortable here so that your vibration can stay here, so that you can operate from here with more often, more of the time, with greater frequency. Once again, allow your awareness to travel over your body, your energy body. Just notice if you notice another place that might be constricted, a place of anxiety, a situation that you might be chewing on that you're a little stuck around. place of fear or anger, frustration, hopelessness. Just allow your attention to gently be aware of wherever that is in you. And take a breath and soften. Just soften. Notice if you're going into resistance, and just breathe into that resistance so that you can be with whatever this is lovingly, softly, with an open hand. And breathe that golden light into it. Breathe unconditional love into that space. Allow the solfeggio frequency to enter that place and just gently begin to dissolve it. And know with me that the truth of who you are is greater and more powerful than any of these lower frequencies, than any of these old stuck patterns, any of these old outdated habits of thought, any beliefs that you were handed and accepted as a child but no longer wish to entertain. We are more powerful than those. The truth of who we are is more powerful than any of that. You are a light being, an energy being, inseparable from the Most High, inseparable from the one life, inseparable from that one infinite, all that is, inseparable from the I am. Allow the high frequencies of those truth thoughts to vibrate all through your energy field. Allow the golden light that is all around you to lift your vibration higher. Allow the solfeggio frequencies to lift your vibration higher and to dissolve any old hard nodules of energy that you're ready to release. Reminding us that letting go does not make us more vulnerable to hurt. When we stop our self-protection, we are not weaker or more exposed. We are actually more powerful. The more freely your energy moves, the higher you vibrate, the more powerful you are. And you can stand more fully in who you are. So if you notice any fear about releasing that old stuff that perhaps has been used to protect, or you have felt like it was protecting you, know that it was not. It's time to let it go. Time to stand in the fullness of who you are. once again, breathe that golden light. Let it circulate all through and around you. You can feel it pouring in through your crown chakra, through the top of your head, and just filling up your whole energy field. And allow the solfeggio frequencies to lift your field even farther, even higher, and help to release, facilitate the release of any stuck energy you're ready to let go of. And just notice how it feels to be vibrating here. And from this place, from this higher vibrating place, go ahead and state your intention for yourself at this time. Own it, claim it. Know it to be yours. Know it to be already yours. Because you are one with the all that is. You are one with the infinite I am. It is already yours. Because it is already part of what the infinite is. The infinite is everything, everywhen, everywhere. Omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotence. So claim your intention, own it, be it, feel your way into what it feels like to be that. Remember, it is birthed from the inside out. It doesn't come to you from the outside. You become it. Feel what it feels like to be that which you are claiming. Allow yourself to be here in this new vibrational place, knowing that you are one with the one life, inseparable from it. You are one with that infinite field of consciousness, one with the I am. That is who and what you are. And allow yourself to be filled with gratitude. Filled with gratitude. The knowing of this truth. For the being of that which you are claiming. For the unconditional love that is infilling you. For the peace, the abundance, the wisdom that is yours, that is your birthright. That is who and what you are. Allow that gratitude to fill you. And so it is. Thank you for joining me here this evening. Blessings. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.